This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hey everyone, Craig back with us again as we're ready to get finishing up in our last part of the game of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And Son of Beast here as we're making to finish things up here for our one more game of the night. As right now we've seen the last part of the game, the Capitals beat out against the Montreal Canadiens with the final score 6-2. But this time, this is the last game here of the game of the coverage of the playoffs. And it's now the Los Angeles Kings as they're playing against the Edmonton Oilers one last time before Game 5. If the Oilers win, they will be crowning it for its winning in the first round to beat against the Kings, and they will play against the winning team in the second round between the Golden Knights or the Minnesota Wilds. That might be the next big take on the other side of the zone, so we will be able to see them pretty soon afterwards. So with that being said, let's see who wins this game and get things on the roll. Now sitting in line for our next commentaries, I have Tyler Beast. He's also along with Cool Beast. And the third commentary of the career, I give a warm welcome to this applaud by fan. And in center ice, I give a special back to another light bulb here in center ice. Now, let's finish off this game with the better take. Kings and Oilers are coming up next on EA Sports. We'll see you all later, everybody, for the post-game show after this. Now enjoy yourself. The rematch is on in Game 4. One final game left here for the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we are ready for a rematch between Oilers and the Kings. Puck is faced off and we are underway as we are ready to get things started for the final game of the postseason for the first day. As the start puts it in for Ekholm, he will now fight it over to Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson loses his puck, now finds the Gavrikov, and Kopitar sends their team offside with the start of the fourth game here in the first period. As right now we are ready to see what goes on. The Oilers are one of the big teams, and hopefully they're looking for a win to beat over against the LA Kings the third time. As they will put it over to Kopitar, he'll now send it over to Takade. Takade now finds Kempe. It's back to Bouchard, now finds McDavid. Here's Hyman, right toward the wing. Slips it. For the shot, save puts in by Darcy Kemper. He'll be a starting goaltender for the Los Angeles Kings. And Stuart Skinner's right toward the wing. Doughty shot, saved by Skinner. Rebounded it up for the Oilers. Knocked down by Kempe. And a shot, big save here. Rebounded up by the Oilers, and it's now Bouchard with the puck. And now Hyman's right toward the wing, sets it off to McDavid. This one shots up, and the save puts in by Kemper. Gavrikov nuts over to get it to Takade. Hyman shot, save play, rebounded in, stop again by Kemper. They'll hold it up with only under 19 minutes to start in the first period. There's a lot of great takes afterwards. When you're looking at often with Darcy Kemper, it's very hard to deny the effort. And most of all, it's just not always easy enough when you're doing on your goaltending. This is a lot of stride on the work that they're doing there often. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, there's no other comparison to those who really want to try to mess somebody up, but they don't really seem to care for it as long as always. They've really been working on it for a whole time, and we're getting ready to prepare here for the first round to try to pull it back in now. Now the rebound puts in by Jeff Skinner. He now finds Ekholm. The Oilers are back in the Kings territory. And that shot redirected off of the defender. And Skinner with a one-timer is off and rebounded by Clark. Clark will start things off here in the Edmonton territory. Byfield with the shot. Diving play. What a save by Skinner. 18-10 remaining in the first period as we'll get ready for our next puck drop. One of our big takes here, and they are always been looking to see what the finals goes in. It's the rematch between the Panthers and the Oilers, the back-to-back Stanley Cup finalists. since 2024. Yeah, they definitely are looking back into it. And I know that Edmonton Oilers are really trying their best afterwards. Their whole entire time, it wasn't easy for them until they have it all responded down. And then until then, it will be announced for the finals. But I think it might be a winning choice. Now, what's your prediction here for the Stanley Cup Finals here, guys? Well, I'm going to say that I'm going to go with the Panthers this time. I think the back-to-back is going to be a Stanley Cup for those two. I think they're looking for another win here. Since remember in the Yukon, they won two back-to-back games, and with only one in 2023, and then the other one in 2024. These are back-to-back Stanley Cup ones that we're looking to see here. But I think the one for the NCAA Final Four is Yukon. The only team that I just remembered it, and this is the only thing I just heard when I noticed that they played it all the way down to the Final Four and to the National Championship. But now, I guess that this one is going to be amazing. And I'm like, you boobies, what's your take? I'm going to say Panthers too. I agree with you, fan. It's all when you don't win, and then I think USA team will get another Stanley Cup than a Canadian team. Because I know that there was a bunch of people that they wanted to root for the Canadian team, but we don't trust them afterwards. I'm guessing I'm going to say the Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup for this year as of 2025. Here's Arvidsson with the shot. Redirected off the skater. Rebounded by McDavid, shot blocked, and it's rebounded up by the Kings. Mover will take it over. Arvidsson with the puck, now finding Klingberg. Klingberg shot, safe play by Darcy Kemper. Rebounded by Mover, and now finds it over to Kempe. Kempe toward the wing, gloved it. Oh, he just hit off the goalpost. That one just stayed out of his zone. What a great chance for Skinner as he saw that thing coming. AJ Kempe right toward wing. Kopitar watching him. And Leon Draisaitl takes the puck over. And now the rebound will put it in. Jeff Skinner, no offside here. And that's back over to Takade. Takade's right toward wing. On a set to Kempe, shot. Save play by Skinner. Emerson now finds it over right now to Skinner. And here's Draisaitl. It's Kopitar with the puck steal. Over to LaFerriere. Good poke check here for the Oilers as Kulak will have it. Kulak goes down. Fiala shot. Saved by Skinner. Rebounded by Perry. And a deep pass over to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl's right toward the wing. On a fast break. Save play by Kemper. And a rebound by Skinner. Chance bay. Save play here. Now it's back to Fiala. There's no other better than choice for that. I mean, for one time only, it wasn't really good at all. I know what they're going to do for now. They just have to keep playing, moving around the puck again. Listen, Henrique is just really trying to do all what he did. The Kings will have its own zone, and now Drew Doughty's on the way to Fiala. Fiala right toward wing. A set over, pass broken up, rebounded by Puckholzin. And here's Ekholm. The back over to Kapanen. Kapanen on his way down, right toward the wing. Fires that shot, saved by Kemper. Drew Doughty looks over again, now finding Jeanette. Jeanette looks to Thomas, right toward wing. Passes to Lewis. Lewis goes after him. Arvidsson with the rebound, now finds Ekholm. McDavid toward the wing. Rebound by Edmondson, now looks to Thomas. Thomas looks to Jeanette. Bouchard now finds Ekholm. And looks over to Arvidsson. Arvidsson right toward wing. Slows it down. Goes double down. The rebound by Jeanette. Jeanette looks over to Edmondson. Los Angeles back the other way as now they will dump the puck out. Yanmar goes almost right toward the boards and rebounded by McDavid. McDavid now sets to Zach Hyman. On a swing to Arvidsson. Big shot, saved by Kemper. We passed the 15-minute mark in the first period as they'll get ready for the next puck drop. Lots of time left in this period. Still no score as we pass the 5-minute mark in the first period. And now Clark will have it. Another hit here for the Edmonton Oilers as this will be rebounded by the Kings. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like the Oilers are really trying to lose the Kings on the effort. Basically, sometimes they're not a rival matchup. It's not really a close range afterwards. No playoff can do if they ever want to accommodate by them. Their snap gets to Janmark. The pass back to Brown. Brown shot, rebound by Janmark. Behind the net, here's Nugent Hopkins shot. That one goes off the goaltender. Turkane goes down. The rebound by the Edmonton Oilers is now Emberson lost that one. Here's an out shot, saved by Skinner. And Nugent Hopkins gives it over to Brown, now back to Janmark. Janmark's right toward wing. And now back to Drew Doughty after a poke check. The Kings are back in the offense zone in the Edmonton territory. Bill Denault, good poke check here, rebounded by the wall. Denault takes over. It's rebounded by Kulak. No penalty on Los Angeles. Stuart Skinner will hold things here with under 13 minutes in the first period. You may be expecting how this happened, but to change it oftenly was only 2 wins in a row for the Los Angeles Kings, but the comeback rally puts in for the Edmonton Oilers with 3 games by games of 3, 4, and 5, and then the last one was game number 6 as they advanced to the next round. It was not easy enough that they really beat it over, but sometimes the Edmonton Oilers definitely wanted to make their way to the next round. And guess what happens? There is no change-off to make anybody feel like they are unimportant by anybody by Jeff Skinner, Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, or even, of course, Zach Hyman. Especially Stuart Skinner has done really the best that he's done for us. Yeah, everything is possible enough, and you can tell that Stuart Skinner was really like on the biggest on the take. Nothing I can say for now. It's just what the goal means. They just have a lot of responses. I mean, there's just a ton of carnage on the board, and then what they don't do is they just really have to keep that one going in. They need to give that one a lot of hard communication, strong effort, until they don't get enough momentum to keep moving their puck around. It's all what happens. Both teams have to cover things up to get right into it. And now sending over to the center ice, I have his light bulb. Okay folks, light bulb here, as right now we are getting ready to see what the players are off to. As we talk about Leon Draisaitl, he is always the alternative captain for the Edmonton Oilers. He was first drafted, and as for one of our big runner-ups on the trophy runner-ups in 2021, it was the start of it that he made. He made his first overall pick since 2014, and he's the son of the former German national team player with Peter Draisaitl. He represents the West Germany and the Germany in 146 games, including the World Championships, the World Cup at 1988, 1992, and of course the 1998 Olympic Winter Games. He was selected to be a second overall 2012 draft pick by the CHL by Prince Albert Raiders, and then after 2 seasons with the Raiders, he now drafts with the 3rd of the Edmonton Oilers. It was no change, but he done for. I'll be looking to see what happens.
Number 2 on Edmonton, 2 minutes for slashing.
On play. Back to you guys. First penalty is going to be on the Oilers. That's going to be on Jeff Skinner. Yikes! And I feel like Evan Bouchard, he never really showed it off. So yeah, Evan Bouchard's in the penalty box. So the first penalty kill will start off for Edmonton Oilers with just only 11:43. Power play is not easy, and what the Kings they need to do for
Number 2 on the Edmonton Oilers, 2 minutes for slushing. Time and penalty, 11:53 remaining in the playoffs. That penalty on the Oilers, Evan Bouchard, number 2 for a 2-minute slushing. Time and penalty in the first period, 11:53 in the playoffs.
And nobody stands a chance that they have to do their next take. Here's Kempe shot, save play, he scores! Alex Laferriere with power play goal starts for the Kings. He has his first playoff goal. Well, there's no exception to that, as Laferriere had a great rebounding. Now that target was right in it, and with Skinner, he didn't get the right timing. Good take for the unstoppable force for the captain of Kopitar. And then when you take to Kempe, here's a shot. A chance over. And watch what the rebound did. That's what Alex Laferriere did. He just puts it back. That's what the first goal starts off did for the Los Angeles Kings. They really have to start oftenly with the first playoff goal. That one got a great start on the power play. Now as the win for the Edmonton Oilers, you'll now find it to Zach Hyman as he went down and rebounded by the Kings. Drew Doughty right over again to Kempe. First playoff goal starts off for Alex LaFerriere, and he's really trying to give all what he just did on his own adjustment with a rebounding on his own target line. It's been a better one here so far there, Tyler. What I need to know about that, they just got to keep this thing going because nobody has said it oftenly that they really done their hard work on their effort. The playoff keeps them standing. There's no better way that they're doing it for real. I know that Connor McDavid, they need to work very hard to get off the league. And a hard target times is just really like impossible. They just don't want anyone to get right around from the players. Until then, it will be accommodating. Now they're set, ready for the next puck drop. The Oilers are trailing by 1, and the Kings have a power play goal. It is a 1-0 lead. Now here's Ekholm. He will start that off then. And this one will kick around the net. He now finds Skinner. Skinner right to our wing. A pass to Draisaitl. Glove save by Kemper with only 10:31 remaining in the first period. He's like a lot of catch tonight. He really has shown off what he can definitely do. Being honestly, I have no other choice, but he's really showing his lack of energy skill. After a win by Los Angeles, here's Doughty. A set over now find a LaFerriere. And now he will roll it over.
LA power play goal, his first goal in the playoff score by number 14, Alex LaFerriere. Assisted by number 9, Adrian Kempe. And by number 11, Anze Kopitar. Time in a power play goal for the LA Kings, 8:26. Alex LaFerriere, his first goal in the playoffs, a power play goal assisted by Adrian Kempe and Anze Kopitar. In the first period on a power play, 8 minutes and 26 seconds in the playoffs.
Quinn Byfield is one of our big takes on his own remark. First played on his drafting since 2020 with the LA Kings by his second overall draft pick. He was making his early life and a changing on his own ability. When he made his Olympic career was by standing to make the first section by Sudbury Wolves in 2018 OHL draft. He was definitely won both of the OHL and the Rookie of the Year, and then the CHL was the Rookie of the Year by 2018 to 2019. He put 29 goals and 61 points, and in 64 games, he was really determining that he does for real. Now he's looking to see what his playoff goal does look like for his Quinn Byfield on his next take. I'll be trying to watch on him for this one. I have a lot of great range here for Quinn Byfield. Let's see what his facts are for the next playoff goal, guys. Byfield went down. Wow, that's another kick here. And he scores. That'll be 2 goals for Alex LaFerriere. It's not over yet until you make that rebounding. That goes with Alex LaFerriere. He got a great rebounding. That is one of a heck of a shot. This first period started like it was a little slow to start off, but that goal was not a big change, but he had 2 in a row to get that goal in tight. And when he gets 3, he'll get his hat trick. So Alex LaFerriere has made 2 goals in the first period with 9:11 to go as Byfield with the assist. Now that's a great pass here for Byfield, and when you're doing this for real, you just have a great momentum to try to put the pass up. This is what happens with a great setup for Byfield puts in. He's really looking for a good look open goal, and a great assist puts up, he just had it all. Here's a rebound by Fogel, and now here's Clark right toward Wayne. Moves around in traffic. Henry goes right back to Bouchard. As now the Oilers will take over to Ekholm. And now the roll back over to Kapanen.
LA goal, his second goal in the playoffs. Score for 2 goals. Number 14, Alex LaFerriere. Assisted by number 55, Quinn Byfield. 10 minutes to go in the first period, 10:49 in the playoffs. Alex LaFerriere, 2 goals in the playoffs, 2 goals in the game. Assisted by Quinn Byfield in the first period for the LA Kings at 10 minutes, 49 seconds in the playoffs.
And here's Alex Turcotte. Turcotte now gives to Doughty, and now off to Kopitar. He shoots, he scores! Anze Kopitar relieves up with another goal for the Kings. It's now a 3-0 lead as he has 5 goals in the playoffs. There's no chance for that. That's Kopitar with another goal. And what happened to Perry, he was not looking clearly. He wasn't getting it off to a right tightening square. He really had that one blocked up, but this was a big problem for the Kings as they really kept on shooting it really hard. Nobody's able to stop that one at the right timing. So with Anze Kopitar, he has 5 goals in the playoffs of the game. And as we're nearing down the 8-minute mark in the first period, he'll send it over to Kempe. Kempe fires it, covered up by Skinner, with 8 minutes remaining in the first period. Now as they're ready to take the next puck drop, it's a 3-0 lead, LA Kings in the first period. Now's the win for Kopitar. Here's Dowdy on a shot. Backhander, save B by Skinner. Turcade rolls around, save B by Skinner. He'll cover it up with only 7:50 remaining in the first period. And now they're off to get ready for a next puck drop. And as the win, here's the next save. On a shot, save by Skinner. This one stays out.
LA goal. His 5th goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game scored by number 11, Anze Kopitar. Assisted by number 8, Drew Dowdy. And by number 15, Alex Turcade. 7 goal in the first period, 11:50 in the playoffs. Anze Kopitar, his 5th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game. Assisted by Drew Dowdy and Alex Turcade in the first period for the LA Kings at 11 minutes and 50 seconds in the playoffs.
Bounded up by the Oilers. Here's Turcade on a racing down, now toward the alley-oop. With a shot, save play by Skinner. 7:06 remaining in the first period. They'll get ready for a next puck drop in the face-off zone. Now they're asking me, are you sure that this is the next kind of a one that they're looking for? Here's what they all say for now. The Edmonton Oilers brings Hunter to Lynx. You may not remember this before, but this is where it was started on since 2012. Was the start of it that he makes his appearance on his mascot. The both of it, as we definitely see, the Hunter to Lynx is definitely been showing off in Edmonton, Alberta. He really is looking forward and he wants to hunt things down, and the Oilers the next pick. One of his favorite Oilers players is Grand Fur and Wayne Gretzky. But here's the one thing that we're talking about is the next player. But I think his next for Hunter might be Connor McDavid. Are you sure that's going to be Hunter like Connor McDavid? I hope so. Well, it wasn't like all they choose for. I mean, I really say that Hunter's definitely like looking for one of our big players of the game. And I felt like, well, maybe Skinner, and probably Connor McDavid. I'm thinking that's going to be the next one for him. I think he sure is going to love the captain. But to believe it or not, they're really trying to like give off to the next player that he's looking for. And hopefully by that, he'll definitely like one of the players. Just play it for once. They definitely do it for some reasons. I hope that there is a great change off that they would love to see him do for their next moment. Oilers on a full pressure with 6:24 remaining in the first period. Now to win by Quinn Byfield. Here's a setup to Edmondson. Edmondson looks over to pass to Fiala. Fiala shot saved by Skinner. And Echo will try to deliver it over, now trying to get it to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins lost his puck handling. Now Clark will take things over. And the pass now finds Moore. More chance back to Kapanen. Kapanen on a shot, rebound, and he scores! Mateus Yelmer, his first goal in the playoffs. He now puts their team on forward 3-1. Well, it's the first goal that starts off for the Edmonton Oilers in Game 4. Watch how that pass puts in. You see that rebound? That puts it right past Kemper, and he was not sure if he was going to be able to make that one in there. That's a great chance for Mateus Yamler to have his own first goal. So the Oilers starts off with a 1-3 between the Kings and the Edmonton team with under 6 minutes remaining in the first period. They start off the night with that quick. Of course they do. I always been seeing things. They have no idea how they've done that, but they really took over with the back punch chaos moment. They really wanted to take over the number 1 seed in the Pacific standing. I bet that
Oilers
things out of here.
His first goal in the playoffs. First goal in the game. Scored by number 13, Matthias Yamo. Assisted by number 42, Kasperi Kapanen. Time and a goal in the first period, 14:01 remaining in the playoffs. Matthias Yamo, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Kasperi Kapanen in the first period at 14:01 in the playoffs.
There was no stopping to this one, and they really have to be playing for like nobody's up the wheel. They never seem like that every time. And when I know about the Edmonton Oilers, they really started off that big, and a piece of it was just not that simple. I never seen anything what they choose for. And for us, the length that they're putting in to try to make communications here for the Oilers, they try always. It's not like easy enough when they just move around that quickly, and the timing is just right. They really started often to make them one go. They really wanted to try to keep things up on the right target. Connor McDavid shoots it, but a rebound in. This one tipped out by Kemper. Hyman lost the effort. Kopitar knocked him down. Rebounded by Kopitar. McDavid takes over on a shot for Leon Draisaitl. Saved by Kemper. Rebound by Thomas. Now it rolls over to Anze Kopitar as this will leave the zone out. Now back to Drew Doughty. Doughty. Puck is out of here. Rebounded by Kulak. And the Kings will have it. Knocked him down right toward the wall. Big smackdown out here on the Edmonton Oilers. And a pass broken up by Amberson. Now finds Hyman. Hyman chance now finds McDavid. McDavid went down. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas moves it in. Saved by Skinner. 3:50 remaining in the first period. They'll have their next puck drop ready. What they say about the movies is the Aristocats and the slap shot. That's one of the hunter's favorite to see what they look like, because that looks like they were referencing him with a big take. I know what you're saying now, but this is really what they all expected for his favorite hobby, to show him off. Well, realizing that Link's not Hunter, it's just really like what they choose oftenly on their right moment. I never seen anything like what Hunter likes, but the big favorite of it must be only one. Just a big run reel they choose for. As we pass the midway mark in the period, they're in a 5-minute mark in the first period. It is a 3-1 game, LA Kings. Kulak now has it over to Janmark. Janmark goes down, rebounded by the Oilers. Janmark grabs it back, rebounded up by the Oilers. Kilburn will hold things up here with only 3:25 remaining in the first period. And now they're set, ready for their next puck drop. Only 3:25 remaining, 3-1 LA. Now Kempe wins the faceoff, knocked him down, and rebounded by the Oilers. Byfield takes it over after the player goes down. Here's Byfield, gives back to LaFurrier, trying to go for free. Fiala shot, this one tipped it out. Connor Brown takes it over, and now the pass to Janmark. Janmark swings it over, recharge shot, blocked, saved me by Kemper. Regent Hopkins back around the Bouchard. And that one safe play again by Kemper and rolls back out of here. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Here's Byfield's shot, saved by Skinner. And back to Byfield. Byfield goes down. Clark takes it over. Redirects wide. Matthias Ekholm sets it over to Perry. Perry looks over to Regent Hopkins. And now it's back to Byfield. Over to Edmondson. Edmondson rolls it in right toward the wings, finds a pass off to Fiala. Klingberg sets it again as Skinner. On his way down, with the shot save play. Oh, what a nice take here for the Skinner, and this one really rolls it in for Darcy Kemper with another big save. Klingberg shot, saved by Spike Kemper. This is really what they all expected now. What they don't play left and right, it's just really turned it off like it was being for the second time that they ever faced things in. What a great save here by the goaltender. I really love his energy, the strategy, just to keep on coming. Here's Virgil, the shot redirects off, and Draisaitl on his way down. Odd man rush. Scores! Back down by one man, Draisaitl. What a slapper! And it's now a 3-2 game. That is a big take here. For Leon Draisaitl, it was nothing but they were preparing it for. He now has another playoff goal, and that's number 5. No kidding. 3, 4, 5 playoff goals. He's really adding it big on his own take. That is right, guys. I've been talking about Leon Draisaitl with one take of the moment that he's been doing it for. He won his award, but his time often now is bringing him big. Nothing sets the matter, but they've shown it how they were responding it on the big take. Nobody stands with the crowd until they get it done, but now that McDavid will be setting up for his next routine to bring his goal to life for Leon Draisaitl. The next take is on. Hoping to see him for a next goal with 2 goals in the playoffs and then the third to keep it right out of the line and go for another one. Back to you. All right, thank you so much, your light bulb. Now here's a chance over to Hyman, right to her in the wing, and a pass to McDavid. A set over, Hyman shot, saved by Kilpo. Down to a final minute in the first period as they will hover it up and get ready for the next face-off puck drop. 2:30 for the Kings and 1:49 timeout attack for the Edmonton Oilers. They haven't used all the stamina on the other side of the rink. Now Byfield wins the face-off, here's Doughty.
Last minute of play in the first period.
Sets over to Gavrikov. And ball goes in. Safe play by Kilper. Poked it up, Henry. Ball goes in, shot. What a save by Kilper. Kulak. Roll again to Emerson on a shot. That would redirect off the traffic zone. Kapanen gives to Henry. And it's now Kulak. Kulak sets to Emerson. On the chance, back to Henrique. Saved by Kilper. Unbelievable stop with only 33 seconds remaining in the first period. He was not slowing down afterwards. That one was really the wildest save that Kilper ever faced. Now the win, here's Emerson. Fires it. Saved by Kilper. Right to Kapanen. And rebound by Lewis.
Oilers go!
Down to 20 seconds remaining in the first period.
His 5th
Lewis
goal
right
in
toward
the
away.
playoffs.
Again,
Scored
Thomas.
by number 29.
Emerson takes it off. Now finding
Draisaitl.
Pass to Brown.
Assisted by number 36, John Klingberg. Time and a goal in the first period, 18-14. Leon Draisaitl, his 5th goal in the playoffs, assisted by John Klingberg in the first period, 18-14 in the playoffs.
And here's Turcotte, 5 seconds remaining. Turcotte with a chance to Kopitar, glove save. One last chance here in the first period before the time goes up and 0. Went for Kopitar and a shot block, and now end the first period.
And that ends the first
3-2,
period.
tight
Your
game
score,
here,
Edmonton
but we will be
Oilers
back
2
with
and
the
the Los
second
Angeles
period.
Kings
Great chance for
3.
Draisaitl. He makes a nice slack in the goal, passing Kilper, and it's now a 1-point possession game. Second period coming up next after this. Welcome back, folks, as the ready to get started for the second period in Edmonton, Canada. And off we go. We're ready to start the second period back at Canada for Rogers Place. All right, a little bit of a start here, but I'll send it over to you guys to see how they did in the first period. We were really sure that they did really hard, and all the work that they've done was big on their take. There was a bunch of goals going on. A shots on goal between for the Oilers and for the Kings. It was not easy, but they were really changing it oftenly. 43 shots on goal for Edmonton and only 37 for the Kings. Looks like the Oilers really wanted to knock them down and then move them on to the next round to face against the winning team between Minnesota or the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, I guess that we're going to be seeing them in Game 5 the next day, so I guess it's going to be only one game. Yeah, definitely true. I might be thinking that it could be the only ones left, so hopefully this will change. Now the rebound by Hyman, as right now the pass sets to McDavid. McDavid lost his control. Rebounded by the Oilers. Hyman takes out. And a rebound by Ducati. Now he finds Kopitar. Looks over again to Gavrikov. Here's Gavrikov right to her in the wing. On a shot. Saved by Skinner. Rebound by Adrian Kempe. Now finds Gavrikov. Gavrikov's shot has been tipped out and rebounded by McDavid. Now Bouchard will send it over to Arvidsson. Arvidsson moving around. Went down. Rebounded by Doughty. Doughty takes a chance with the rebound. Now we'll roll it back over to Turcotte. Los Angeles back in the Edmonton territory. And it's right over to Connor Perry. Here's Doughty. Now finds again to Adrian Kempe. Puck stolen. Rebounded up by Gavrikov. Knocks it down. Rebounded by Perry. Oilers have the puck control. Big save by the goaltender. Now Adrian Kempe's right to her in the wing. Knocks him down with a big body contact. And here's Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse looking over. Here's a rebound by Brent Clark. And it's back to Leon Draisaitl. Poked it up and rebounded up by Kemper as he'll cover it in with under 18 minutes to spare to start the second period. Now their next set, ready to bring things on. Only 2:48 for the Kings and 2:12 for the Oilers for the time on attack. And Wynn will put it in for Quentin Byfield. And it's rebounded by Edmondson. Nugent Hopkins really wants him enough. Battling for a loose puck, right toward the wall. Given no quarter here, this one goes right back to Clark. And it's now Byfield with the puck. In toward the wing, sets to Fiala. Fiala shot, saved by Skinner. And it's now Byfield. Chance it over, save play by Skinner. LaFerriere looking for three. Trying to get to Fiala. He glove snatches by Skinner. Hold it here with only 17:23. That was unbelievable. But they said that for Skinner. It just doesn't happen, making it look that it was very comfortable for him. The timing, style, and a great impression on an incredible save here, Tyler. Here's Spence shot, glove save by Skinner. He'll hold things on with only 17:20 remaining in the second period. Now they're ready to take the next puck drop. 3-2, still the score for Los Angeles Kings. Nugent Hopkins wins the faceoff as Anderson's right toward the wing. In corner, Nugent Hopkins now gets to Brown. Brown right toward wing. Changing center. Spins around. Passes back. Now fires over on a wide right shot. And it's back to Movewear the other way. Pass to Fiala. Fiala fires a shot. Saved by Skinner. Under 17 minutes remaining in the second period as we'll get ready for the next puck drop. A lot of time left in this period. Still looking for a goal to even up. McDavid wins the faceoff as that call was right to her in the wing. And Fiala past the Byfield shot. Great save here by Skinner. It's what Skinner made. It is a comfortable shot to have that save. There's no stopping to this advantage, and they really had it all. Bouchard sets over to Ekholm. Penalties on Los Angeles. That'll be a slashing here for the Kings, and slashing's going to be Byfield.
Number 55 on Los Angeles, 2 minutes for tripping.
No choice forever for Quentin Byfield. It just knocked him out. That one just races over to Bouchard, and he got a little hit right toward the back.
The Oilers are on the power play.
The Kings in a penalty box. Power play starts for the Edmonton Oilers with only 16:30 remaining in the second. Power play is always a great change. You have to do for your own work. Otherwise,
Number 55 in Los Angeles, 2 minutes for slashing. Time and penalty, 16:40 remaining in the second period of the playoffs. Los Angeles penalty on Quentin Byfield, number 55, for a 2-minute slashing. Time and penalty in the second period, 16:40 in the playoffs.
Now they're ready to get things settled in for our next puck drop. The win for the Kings. Gavrikov rolls him down. Here's Henrique. On a chance for Arvidsson, shot saved by Kemper. Rolled in for the dagger, right weave to weave, as he holds things on for a next carry on a puck drop. That was no understanding. It was just how he just was gonna do. Was he was really like impatient enough. That timing was a little off the range. I was never seen like this. If the Oilers would have that nice timing on the attackers. This is what happens. They just really couldn't get over it at the right timing. Now here's Brown, back to Arvidsson. Arvidsson rolls it in. And it's rebounded by Edmondson. Edmondson fires it across. Back to Pujol. And now the Kings will have it. In towards zone. Shot saved by Skinner. Rebound by Henrique. Henrique can't get it to go. Kopitar. Over the pass to Pujol. Pujol shot scores! Another goal for the Kings as it's now 2 for Pujol. And they're up the extension by 2. Well, you don't get enough of that, and that Pujol had that shot. This is a quick ranging to pass over to Skinner. And they really are definitely holding it on. Now he has 3 in the playoffs. You cannot play it like you do for. This is a timeout attack, but they're doing it for one-time effort and then have another goal in. As the Wind puts it in for the Kings, they get a shorthanded goal for Los Angeles. As Kempe will have it the other way. Kempe with a chance, Stouty shot, glove saved by Skinner. Under 1 minute remaining for the Oilers power play, and only 15:29 remaining in the second. They've been shut down here for the Oilers, and they are tired out. Looks like the Kings will have to just try it once again to see if they can win this one. Well, there's no change off and afterwards. They really are sure enough that they didn't really want to appear for that. All that happens now, they just can't play it like that. Hyman lost the puck effort. And a rebound by Spence. Spence sets it over to Kempe. Kempe shot. Blocked it up over the net. Rebounded by McDavid.
Los Angeles shorthanded goal. His first goal in the game. Second goal in the playoffs score by number 37, Warren Pujol. Assisted by number 11, Anze Kopitar. Time of the goal for the Kings, shorthanded goal, 4:20. Warren Pujol with a shorthanded goal in the playoffs, assisted by Anze Kopitar. In the second period for the Los Angeles at 4:20 in the playoffs.
Nearing closer to the midway mark of the period, 4-2 score as we pass the 5-minute mark in the second. Byfield's penalty time is almost up. Shots blocked, hooked it up, saved by Kemper. Holds it back. Wow, what a chance here for Kemper. He tried to hold everything on, but he just couldn't get a power play goal to put it back in. I say no, it's just not really easy enough. And to tell that, it's not what everybody does for it. They just need to get this thing moving straight, unless if there's a possible change. Great job here by the Kemper and the team. They really have been stuffing it out, and with their only first shorthanded goal, they've been knocking that one out of here on the Oilers by the Kings. They definitely wanted to avoid and try to eliminate the Canadian team for good. Here's Nijinakis as he went down. Turcade shot saved by Skinner. 14:07 remaining in the second period. As up, get ready for our next puck drop. Now the next time on tap is between 3:15 for Kings and 2:30 for the Oilers. Draisaitl wins the faceoff. He now gives to Ekholm, sets it again to Skinner. Skinner blocks the handling. Rebounded up by Perry. Perry shoots it. Rebound by Skinner. And now here's Skinner. Chance to Bouchard. Shot saved by Kemper. From crossing the pad, and this one will get back to the Oilers. There's no change, but that one really made a great save. That was unbelievable what Kemper had made, and this comfortable isn't able to prove it up. Draisaitl sets it over to Nurse. And here's Brown. Brown lost that one. Jeanette takes it over. Lewis will have it. On the pass to Thomas. Thomas jams back to Klingberg, again to Nurse. Nurse makes his way down with a shot saved by Skinner by Kemper. Nurse will give it over. And Edmondson with the puck steal back to Lewis. He looks to Fiala. Kevin Fiala rushes right toward the Oilers territory. It's back to Nurse. Swings the pass to Brown. Brown moving around. Back to Edmondson. And the puck steal gives it back to Fiala. It's back to Kulak. Kulak looks to Hyman, now finds McDavid. Then over to Yanmark. Backhand is blocked. Rebounded up by the Oilers. It's McDavid right toward Yanmark on a pass angle. Spit save by Kemper. Now it's rebounded by Clark. On his way to Byfield, back to Fiala, and the penalty is going to be on cross-checking. Anderson in the
Number
penalty
49
box.
on Edmonton, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Look, you can't do that. That's what happens with Emerson, and he just had that one slipping. That cross-checking is not going to help. That one is going to be another penalty for the Edmonton Oilers. They've been doing like you're not picking up the pace afterwards. So the Kings are at another power play disadvantage. Power plays are not really like consumable. This option needs to get this thing working, unless if you don't change it often, you have to play it correctly.
Number 49 on Edmonton Oilers, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time penalty in the second period, 12:28 in the playoffs. Edmonton Oilers penalty on Ty Emerson, number 49, for a 2-minute cross-checking. Time penalty in the second period, 12 minutes, 28 seconds in the playoffs.
12:06 to go in the second period as they all hold things up to have another puck drop. Now they're set, ready for a next puck drop in the Oilers territory. Now the win for the Kings. Here's a chance. Moore moves around, shot, lifted off, saved by Skinner. Fiala up, saved again by Skinner. He denied two-time effort. Kulak takes it over, and Skinner will have it. Cover back to Kulak. Kulak to Perry, knocked him down, rebound by Kulak, and he'll send it out of the zone, not finding the Koppinen. Here's Kevin Fiala, has it over again to Kopitar. Kopitar moves it around, cross off area for three, rebounded in, saved me by Skinner. That's out for Kulak, and this will go right over back to Fiala. Move around, oh, what a save by Skinner! Are you kidding me? With that power play shut down, everybody's been like gathering with a huge wild on their own end. You know, it seemed to me, Skinner's been definitely like one of the best. Fiala with a swing around, safe play. That one stayed out of the zone. Another Kings on a power play, still wanting to go up with a 5-2 game, but it's been denied by the goaltender. Absolutely insane. This is what happens with the Kings. You don't really get it oftenly on the right timing. Kemper will hold it here with nearing the midway mark of the second. 28 seconds remaining for the Kings power play. And now they're set, ready for a next puck drop. 4-2's the score, Los Angeles. Downey wins the faceoff as this will give to Fogel. Fogel in the middle. On a shot, he scores! That's 2 in a row in the game, and he has 4 playoff goals, beating over the Oilers. There's no change to this one. This is what the bad rate is at. Fogel had another goal. That's huge. No stopping to this point. It happened with only just 1. Beating over again Skinner was not an easy exception. It just kept on killing more and more. So another power play goal puts it in for Drew Doughty with the assist, and this will be Fogel's 2 goals in the game, 4 in the playoffs. There's no way that Fogel really had done it. The last time we seen it was the Oilers, but now they were disagreeing on this all that sudden. There was no change after this
Los Angeles power play goal. His 4th goal in the playoffs, 2 goals in the game, scored by number 37, Warren Fogel. Assisted by number 8, Drew Doughty, and by number 24, Philip Deneau. Top minute goal for the LA Kings power play. 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Warren Forgel, his fourth goal in the playoffs on a power play goal, assisted by Drew Doughty and Philip Deneau in the second period on a power play. 9 minutes and 12 seconds in the playoffs.
Well, this is not good afterwards. Connor McDavid's definitely like he was running the
Number 55, Los Angeles, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 97, Edmonton, 2 minutes for roughing.
On both teams. So the main advantage will be 4 versus 4 in the second period. As now this will be a win for
number
the Kings.
55 for Los Angeles penalty and number 97 for the Edmonton penalty. 2 minutes for roughing. Time and penalty for both teams. 10 minutes and 22 seconds in the playoffs. Los Angeles penalty. Number 55, Quentin Byfield. And Edmonton Oilers, number 97, Connor McDavid for 2 minute roughing. So both teams. 7 penalty. 10 minutes, 22 seconds in the playoffs.
Found out with a goal. And with the Draisaitl, you really have to show it off. There's no change-off, and you can really step it in with another change-off goal. That's definitely impossible to get there. Deneau with the rebound. Back to Edmondson. And it's over to Fiala. Fiala shot saved by Skinner. 5:38 remaining in the second period. They'll have another face-off coming up. And it's only 64-58 shots on goal between the Kings and the Oilers. Now the wing for Los Angeles. He lost that one. Kulak takes it back. And now the Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Up and move around in that. Couldn't get that one back by. And a rebound puts in by the Kings. Clark. Off again to Kempe. And Kopitar will have it. Never hit for the Oilers. That'll be 61. Kempe shot. And he scores! Anze Kopitar. He delivers another goal. That's 6 playoff goals in this game. Well, nothing to say about that. That's being sorry for what they did. And because of Connor McDavid, he was cheated. That's what happened with Kopitar. He got a great shot. Nothing stands a chance here. I notice what you're thinking now with Anze Kopitar. That believes it with this goal and this playoff rage puts the Kempe and now the goal for Kopitar. Easy to say so that Anze Kopitar has now got 2 goals in the game with Forgel. They are tied up. Well, they're out of gas afterwards. Only 53 seconds. There was no change what they were doing it for. They had 6 playoff goals for Anze Kopitar. I think they're shutting it down really quickly. They cannot lose their effort. Safe play here by Kemper. And now he finds it over to Kopitar. Kopitar going for 3. And this will be a replacement by Pickard after a
Los Angeles scored the 6th goal in the playoffs, 2nd goal of the game, scored by number 11, Anze Kopitar. Assisted by number 9, Adrian Kempe, and by number 92, Brian Clark. Top minute goal, 10 minutes, 45 seconds in the playoffs. Anze Kopitar, his 6th goal in the playoffs, 2nd goal of the game, assisted by Adrian Kempe and Brian Clark in the second period. At 10 minutes, 45 seconds in the playoffs.
Kopitar gets 3 goals in the game, and a hat trick is on ice. Oh yeah, they definitely did it again. That's what happens for Kopitar. He really had 3 goals, and he knocked that one out. He couldn't find the puck where he went, and now it's another hat trick for the Kings. 7 goals in the playoffs. This was unbelievable how that happened with Anze Kopitar. He has 3 goals in the playoffs, and the captain delivered it all. He never stopped going backwards and forwards again. That's what happens with Anze Kopitar. He raced it up here pretty profitable to get that another goal a shot. I really love seeing things how this would change out oftenly.
Los Angeles goal, his 4th goal of the game, scoring a hat trick, 7th goal in the playoffs, number 11, Anze Kopitar. Also slid by number 9, Adrian Kempe, and by number 92, Brent Clark. Top of the goal, 11 minutes, 41 seconds in the playoffs. Anze Kopitar, his 1st goal of the game on a hat trick, 7th goal in the playoffs, assisted by Adrian Kempe and Brent Clark. In the second period, 11:31 in the playoffs.
Cross right to the wing. Round the back, Nugent Hopkins shot. Safe play by Kemper. Knocks him down. Forgel takes the effort. Nugent Hopkins with a rebounding fight. Right to her corner. That one just went right toward the goaltender and back to Klingberg. Klingberg, chance to Nugent Hopkins. And Arvidsson shoots it, save by Kuemper. Under siege with only 7:32 remaining in the second. Now they're ready for another puck drop. Oilers down by 5, 7-2. Score for Kings. Now here's Spence right toward the wing. Hyman takes it over. Here's Arvidsson, shot saved by Kuemper. Oh, Kuemper was definitely like putting up a nice track, but he's denying it quickly. Yeah, I definitely think so. I thought that was going to be it with that goal, but he really had knocked him out. That was definitely how hard they're doing for. Nothing kills the matter. Ekholm shoots it, safe play. Connor McDavid with the rebound, trying to put back in, but an available spot. Arvidsson takes it over, now finds over Bouchard, shots, he scores! Great hit by Zach Hyman. As he put a deflection in, they're back down by 4. They're not going to get. They still have a long way to go here. As you look for Zach Hyman with a deflection, and it's right toward the net, passing Kuemper. There was no pressure about this. Made it was a great shot. Change up on Arvidsson, gives it over to Hyman, and not root direction, put it in right toward the net. That was unbelievable, but he made another goal. So the Oilers get back down by 4. It's a 7-3 game, nearing down a 7-minute in the marking in a second period. They really need to find somebody else to give another goal and try to make it a close one. This comeback range might be really what they all get, but it's not really easy enough until they have it done. Here's Ekholm, now find McDavid, shoots it, oh, and must away to have that with another goal. And this one stops again by Kuemper. Now they're ready for our next puck drop, 67 over 62 hits in the game for the Edmonton Oilers. Now they're waiting for
Oilers go!
Clark sets it over to Edmondson. Edmondson now finds it over to LaFerriere.
Zach
LaFerriere has it open, look. Redirect wide, it's rebounded by Ekholm.
Evan
Now it's back to Arvidsson, the other way.
And by number 33,
Cutting in
Victor
motion, rebounded up by Bouchard.
Arvidsson.
That puck escapes the zone, it's rebounded by
45
Ekholm.
remaining in the second.
Ekholm
Zach Hyman, his
trying
second
to
goal in the
regroup for
playoffs,
recover.
assisted by Evan Bouchard and Victor
Rebound by
Arvidsson
the
in the
Oilers.
second
Sets
period
over to Hyman.
at 12:45 in the
6:30
playoffs.
remaining in the second period. McDavid, move around, saved by Kuemper. He would have had a chance here to go back down by 3, but it was tied up short. Now they're up for our next puck drop. Oilers down by 4. They still need a goal to get there. Draisaitl wins the face-off. He scores! What a play! It's Klingberg, his first goal of the playoffs. Well, the Klingberg happened with after the game of Draisaitl, and that happens with a nice credit kick on the goal. This range is for Klingberg to put it off a great start. Nothing sets for now. As for face-off, that's off of Draisaitl, and then the shot range is for Klingberg. He had that first goal to start that off in game number 4. So Draisaitl adds another assist here in the playoffs, and Klingberg with his first playoff goal. Yeah, I love seeing Klingberg. He never had a playoff goal before, but he definitely did it. He finally had his first playoff goal afterwards, and Perry and the team are definitely looking for another goal to go down by 3. Looks like this is definitely a comeback switch here for the Oilers. Must be another way to get through it. After a save puts in by Kuemper, here's another rebound by Clark. 6 minutes to remain in the second period. As he knocks him down, rebounded by the Kings. Thomas. Back to
Oilers
Lewis.
go!
Rolls it in. Poke checked out by Kuemper.
His first goal in the
And he now sets
playoffs.
over to
Scored
Edmondson.
by number
Edmondson out
36,
against
John
Lewis. Lewis looks at
Klingberg.
Thomas
Assisted
went down.
by
It's
number
back to
29,
and a rebound by
Leon
Skinner.
Draisaitl.
Skinner back behind the net.
Time
now
of the
finding
goal,
Klingberg.
13:35 in
Klingberg
the
sets the
second.
nurse.
John Klingberg,
Nurse.
his first goal in the playoffs,
Over to
first goal of the
Skinner.
game, assisted
Skinner
by
shoots,
Leon
missed
Draisaitl in the second
Rebound
period
by Brown.
at 13:45 in the
Big
playoffs.
save! Unbelievable by Kuemper. What a big diagonal on a shot range. This is definitely like a crucial it is. Oh boy, we have a man down afterward. I think that's going to be it. I don't know if it is, but it seems like we have something messed up. And saved by Kuemper with only 5:10 remaining in a second period. Well, Klingberg just went right toward the wall, and that's definitely a yikes moment. He really messed it up very badly. Wow. That was definitely how the worst goes in. And he looks like he's definitely like trying to fight for it. Not really easy enough when you can cheer for it. The Oilers are down by 3, a 7-4 game in with nearing the 5-minute mark in the second. Here's Drew Doughty. Doughty loses the effort, trying to pull it back to Takade. Takade sets to Kempe. Kempe shot redirected off of the defender and rebounded by the Oilers. Now it's sent a deep pass to Brown. Edmonton back in the offense zone. Nugent Hopkins shot saved by Kemper. Brown takes over on a pass to Bouchard. Bouchard shot redirected. Now it's back to Janmark. Janmark to Bouchard. And he can't get over it. Rebound by Kopitar with only 4:30 remaining in second. Sticks it in. Easy save by Pickard. And he holds it in with only 4:32 remaining in the second. This is what happens already. That Pickard was really like giving all what he did. And for the next part of the playoff he was outing, he just only had game number 2. He was really knocked out. And definitely he couldn't just stay alive afterwards. Looks like there was a lot of great range on the goal, but he couldn't get it off there in tight. This is what happens. They don't play it oftenly if you do it the right way. They really are staggered. Not really everybody's favorite. And here's Mover, now finds it over to Forgel. Forgel with the spin. Speeding down, saved by Pickard. Bouchard over to Kapanen. And Kapanen sets to Ekholm. Ekholm. Lost the puck control. Ekholm takes over. Now right toward the wing. Mover sets it over to Moore. Moore dumps the puck out of the zone and now a rebound by Amberson. Amberson takes it over. Finds Hyman. Hyman finds Arvidsson. Arvidsson, shot, saved by Kumper. Rebound by Arvidsson with the Oilers, and now rolls it again to Emerson. Ware in the control booth. Now finding Moore. 3:30 remaining in the second period. Chops it up. Rebound by Kulak, and again to McDavid. McDavid on a high Russian bounty, now finding a Hyman and a save by Kumper with only 3:21 remaining in the second. They'll get ready for another puck drop here in the Kings territory. A lot of time left in the period. It is a close game. The Kings have been a better obvious one to start off with of game 4. A leadoff for 7-4 over the Edmonton Oilers. They've been roughly on an occasion of that. Indeed they do so. It wasn't really like what they all have to be playing for. Nothing really kills you off. Momentum, more likely than not. Kevin Fiala right toward wing. Slicks it back. And a save puts in by Pickard. We're under 3 minutes remaining in the second period as they'll get another puck drop in the Oilers territory. Seemed like only 4:22 for the Kings and 3:52 for the Edmonton Oilers. They were not sure what's going on, but they really are freezing a puck in. Yeah, I totally agree. Looks like they need to get some control afterwards to give a good inbounding. Big save by Kumper. LaFerrier gives to Fiala. And back to Drew Doughty for the Kings. Edmonton back the other way, finding Janmark as Klingberg's back on ice. Janmark, a little swing and move, and saved by Kumper. 2:35 remaining in the second period. We got another face-off puck drop. Now the win for Nugent Hopkins. Nurse goes down out of the traffic zone. Here's Quentin Byfield. Byfield on a rush. Moving bounce. Saved by Pickard. And Byfield trying to battle for the loose puck. Janmark goes down. Rebound by Edmondson. Rebound by Byfield. Back to Nugent Hopkins. And Brown is on his way down in the Kings territory. Brown gets knocked down. No roughing here. Clark will now send it over again to Edmondson toward the wing. Rebound by Nurse and set to Draisaitl. Draisaitl pass broken up by Kempe. He'll clear the zone. Scoop up along the board by Nurse. And Draisaitl makes his approachment. Now finds Skinner. Skinner, move around. This is wide. Clark gives back to Edmondson and rolls to Kopitar. Kopitar with 3 goals in a playoff game, but he's looking for 4. That shot's blocked. Draisaitl goes down. Rebounded by Gavrikov. Gavrikov to Doughty. Doughty chance to Kopitar shot. Blocker saved me by Picker. And now Draisaitl will have another chance here in the wing. Rolls the pass. Skinner shot's blocked. Puck all the way down to the Oilers territory. And here's Bouchard. Now sends it over to Ekholm the other way. Here's Furcade. Shot saved by Picker. And it's now finding Bouchard. Down to a final minute of second period.
Last minute of the play in the second period.
Kumper, and a deep pass over to Lewis. Knocks him down. Rebound by Arvidsson. Arvidsson back to Bouchard. Went down. Rebound by Lewis. Here's Jeanette. Rolls into Thomas. Thomas shot. Elwood knocks him out. Back to Thomas. Big save by Picker. I can hear that booing going on. It looks like it's going to be on Thomas. I think that is the biggest hit that everybody doesn't like. And here's Kulak now finding McDavid. McDavid in, save play, rebounded, unstopped by Kumper. Unbelievable. They're really trying to give it off to her. Kulak rolls him down, Kapanen shoots, that's blocked up. In the corner inbounding, rebounded by Arvidsson. 15 seconds, McDavid shot, save, he scores! Kapanen takes a rebound. Now back to a 3-point game. Gets his second goal in the playoffs. Awesome rebound to try to pull it back, and they're not done yet. What's going to happen with Kapanen? He just really take it off and put a nice goal. Just a big touch afterwards, and they're really not going home anywhere. They're not going to extend it game 5 if they keep on scoring. Probably this might be a chance afterwards with a great rebounding effort. Now with 15 seconds, they're going to head to the locker room and get refreshing up. Kapanen with 2 goals in the playoffs has it over now. The pass again to Henry. And over now. And Paul Colson will leave it off from here.
And that's the end of the second period. Your score, Edmonton Oilers 5 and the Los Angeles Kings 7.
Rebound by Kapanen. Stay tuned. The third period is going to be a thrilling action. Don't hold your seats. Don't leave. We'll be back shortly after this. And we are back, ready to start the third period at Edmonton, Canada. We are down to a final period in Game 4. And let's see who takes a win in Game 4 for the final game before next day. Alright guys, I know what you're thinking now. Let's see what your thoughts are between you guys of your take, fan, and of course, Cool Beast. Well, I've been seeing things so many others. After Skinner, he was not really sure he was going to be able to make it that time. But as I all noticed before, it was not always easy when I always mentioned it, how they did. And now you know, it was not quite easy when I was expecting it.
His second goal in the playoffs,
they
first
finally
goal
got
of the
back.
game,
And they are
scored by
really
number
looking like they
42,
wanted to win.
Kasperi
Hopefully, there might be a big chance here if the Oilers can get
assisted by number 97, Connor McDavid.
Might want to win this
And by
one.
number 33, Victor Arvidsson. Time goal, 19:46 remaining in the second. Kasperi Kapanen, his second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Connor McDavid and Victor Arvidsson in the second period at 19:46 in the playoffs.
And here's Ekholm. Ekholm checks to Bouchard, saved over by Kumper. Now as Gavrikov will send it over to Doughty. He's right to her in the wing, on his way down. Pass to Kempe. Kempe shot blocked up by Ekholm, and he'll finally get a McDavid. Here's Perry. McDavid shot saved and a blocker by Kumper, and a rebound by Perry. Ekholm shoots, he scores! Ekholm is down by 1, and it is now approaching 7-6. He was really given a fire range in there. Now he's got a great chance here. And with that shot, it was not really what they expected for Matthias Ekholm to put it in with a nice take-on goal. Now the team is swinging back down by 1. And they're not going home because if they don't win that one, that means they're going to get left out behind and not too soon. Ekholm got a great good feel of the goal because he's really putting in a nice effort. Let's see what happens if he does another goal with a take. With 18:30 remaining in the third period, here's Perry. Carey sets it at Klingberg. Shots it, saved by Kemper.
Oilers go!
It's now a one-possession game between Los Angeles and Edmonton.
By number 14, Mateus
Here's a set to Byfield. Byfield finding Gavrikov.
Assisted by number 90, Corey Perry. And by number 97, Connor McDavid.
The rebound by Quinn Byfield.
Time to goal, 119 in the third. Mateus Ekholm, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Corey Perry and Connor McDavid in the third. 119 in the playoffs.
Quinn Byfield. He pulls 3 playoff goals in the game. It's not what happens with the last part of the game. You expected that Quinn Byfield was able to have his own goal. And that pad just lifted up. He just couldn't keep the pad down. And that one, when he made an adjustment, it just went right toward it from the legs. That's what happens with Quinn Byfield. It's another goal. They're already up ahead away from the schedule. Looks like they're just going to definitely come back to Los Angeles again if they win. It's been a close one afterwards. 8-6. As right now, Quinn Byfield has another time on the goal with 2 minutes to remain in the third. And now here's another take here by Kevin Fiala. Byfield shot for 2. That one stops it. Byfield goes right over. The pass back to Byfield. Right to Doughty. 7:45 remaining. Byfield with the shot. He scores! Oh boy, another 2 goals of the game. He has 2 this time. He could go for another 3 if he get there. Well, I didn't hear about that. Quinn Byfield's like, we really are dumping it out. We want to destroy the Canadian teams. We're not really sure what takes it in. This really was a knockout on the bunch. Another goal for Quinn Byfield. That's crazy. Quinn Byfield with 2 goals in this game of the playoffs, and now he has 4 in his playoff career on a total standings. What standings doesn't really mention that Quinn Byfield just really took that off.
His third goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game, score unassisted, number 55, Quinn Byfield.
Right toward the wing.
7 to goal, 2 minutes in the third period. Quinn Byfield, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, unassisted by a team. And the third period, 2 minutes in the playoffs.
Right over to Brown. Brown wipes it down for Gal shoots, saved by Pickard with only 17-19 remaining in the third. Nearing down the 15-minute mark in the third period, it is a 9-6 game. LA Kings on fire, pulling it back away from the close game reach to end up the Oilers' night. And Phil Danault now sends back over to Ekholm. He gets over to Kapanen. Now finding over with Trevor Moore. He'll sling it out. And a rebound.
Los Angeles goal, his 4th goal in the playoffs, 2 goals in the game, scored by number 55, Quinn Byfield. Assisted by number 8, Drew Doughty. And by number 84, Valencia Gavrikov. Time of the goal in the third period, 2:17. Quinn Byfield, his 2nd goal of the game, 4th goal in the playoffs, assisted by Drew Doughty and Valencia Gavrikov in the third period, 2:17 in the playoffs.
Phil Danault sent a pass to Kempe. Kempe knocked him down. Rebound by Ekholm. Sets it over to Arvidsson. And rolls it out of the way. Kempe takes it over. On is rushing down, out front to Kopitar. Glove saved by Pickard. 16:21 remaining in the third. 2 goals for Quinn Byfield. Now they're ready to take the next puck drop here. It's like a tightest of the game, and they have seen that Quinn Byfield has 2. He might be the next one to join the party with 3 goals of the game in the party club. And that's stopped by Pickard right over toward the wing. It's 16:14 remaining in the third period. With our upcoming games for tonight, we have our next part of the game. First, we see the Battle of Ontario. Now game coverage will start at 5 p.m. here on 7 Beast for the Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators here for our first part of the game at Canadian Tire Century. And then following along with the next game, we will be seeing for the rematch between the Florida Showdown of the Lightning and the Panthers back at Emirates Arena. That will be the next game coverage starting at 7:30 on Sun and Beast. And then basketball will be another crossover Once this game is complete, we will send you down over to the NBA for another tonight's game of the night matchup. You'll be seeing what goes in by those two. You won't want to miss this one out with our biggest crossover between Battle of Ontario and the battle of the rematch of the Florida Showdown. It's going to be amazing. Oh yeah, I love doing this one. I think this rematch is going to be insane. I can't wait to see what it is between the Leafs and the Senators, and the other, which is the Lightning and the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to be coming in right toward the line. Probably like, you know what? I'm going to agree to go with the Florida Panthers if they beat over the Lightning. They might want to strike them down. Here's a shot chance saved by Kemper. 15-12 remaining in the third period. They'll hold it up with nearing down the encroachment, passing 5 minutes to play in the third. And now, as they're ready to get things up settled, Draisaitl and Byfield ready for a rematch of the puck drop. Byfield wins another faceoff. Draisaitl shot. Kick pass out by Kemper. And Nurse will send it. Draisaitl sends it deep. Can't get it to go, and it's back to Gavrikov, running again to Kevin Fiala. Fiala's right toward Wayne. On a shot glove saved by Pickard. He passed the 5 minutes mark of the play in for the third, and under 15 minutes remaining in the regulation period. And as we will be seeing by the next part of the games, we will be seeing our next two. It might be in the range between the Minnesota Wilds and the Vegas Golden Knights back at T-Mobile Arena, and if Game 5 necessary, we'll see about the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings back at Crypto.com Arena for our last of the sudden death. And the winners, as they will be approaching now, will be facing against the other team right between those two. And this one will be on its next matchup. And then round two, the coverage will start here on the other side of it, as the Devils will play against the Washington Capitals at Capital One Arena, the first part of the game. And then the next game we'll be seeing things is the Jets. They'll be facing against the Dallas Stars on the other side, coming your way here at 9:30 p.m. That'll be our next game here after the first part of the game for the Devils against the Hurricanes. Devils against the Capitals. And then that will point, it might be they already know for. You know, I gotta see things. I think this might be a great time to start off the week, and probably on that night occasion, I believe that this one is going to be a one hard matchup. There is no confidence afterwards, and I felt like Florida Panthers, they might be able to find a win here if it's in between the Senators or the Leafs. I mean, it could be anybody's game. Just all we know for. Yeah, I do think indeed, Drew. I felt that the Senators might be able to win this one. And I think they might be moving on to try to upset the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I bet Florida Panthers might be the other side of it that we might be seeing. So I guess it's going to be another team that's going to make a right choice afterwards. Safe play here by Pickard. And a rebound by Kopitar that misses wide, and no penalties given on Edmonton. Well, they're really sure they were really clean enough afterward. They really are not playing up the pace. Movers right toward Wayne. They will set it over to Kopitar. Kopitar right toward Wayne. The pass over. Dished off. Ducati fires it. Saved by Pickard. 12:44 remaining in the third period as we'll get ready for our next puck drop. Don't forget, folks, we have our next take as we are about to be seeing things here at VidCon. You can also definitely take your tickets in and make it off to meet and greet one of the players and the creators here as well.
Number 33 on Edmonton, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
With that run. Tickets are on sale now here at VidCon.com to meet your creators in Anaheim, California. So another penalty kills on Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, they're definitely like having a bad time this year, and it looks like this is not trying to be very good. Remember back then season 2, they've already been playing
Number 33 on the Edmonton Oilers, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time penalty in the third period, 12:30 in the playoffs. That's the Oilers penalty. Victor Arvidsson, number 33, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time penalty in the third period, 12:40 in the playoffs.
It's way too hard for them. Last season 2 in Game 7 was a big bite of the dust. for those two teams. They're really in for the first round. They played up for the worst in NHL 23. Now it's set over to LaFerriere and Doughty. Redirected. And the flash is over. Power play is done. And it'll be Fiala.
Number 22 of Los Angeles, 2 minutes for slashing.
Well, this is what happens now. I mean, Kevin Fiala did a mistake and he went on Kulak. That's it. He's in the penalty box. It will now be a 4-on-4. So the Kings added another penalty kill. 104 over 102 kicks. It will be a 4-on-4 with 12:05 remaining. Well, he was lucky enough.
Number 22 of Los Angeles, 2 minutes for slashing. Seven penalty in the third period, 12:05.
It's not a great zone.
Kings penalty, number 22, Kevin Fiala for a 2-minute slashing. Seven penalty in the third period, 12:05 in the playoffs.
Edmondson battling along the boards. Draisaitl couldn't get over it as Clark will try to carry it out. Draisaitl. Rebound by Fogel. Warren Fogel gives it to Edmondson. Rolls back in play to Fogel. Connor McDavid on a hit. Carry it over. Behind the net. Back to Byfield. And here's Clark. Sending it down the other way. Again to Edmondson. Fogel watching a team go outside as Clark will have it. And it's rolled back to Fogel again to Edmondson. It's back to Clark. Now finds it over to Quentin Byfield. And back over to Fogel. Fogel chance. Pass going in. He scores. I have a party, people, as Byfield joins in with 3 goals in a game with Anze Kopitar. Pat, salute for him. Well, there was no question why with 4-4, and with that, Quinn Byfield is definitely lining it out in Edmonton. He's not really sure how he was handling. Remember game 2, they definitely won over the Oilers, and that was the biggest lead that they ever faced. That one was a terrific ball. He had 3 goals in the game. I gotta say, Quinn Byfield, he was like all rushing it in. He was on a hurry, and he really dug it. I've done it again. It was definitely my time to spare to make some revenge putbacks, and I think Game 5 might be Edmonton Oilers the end of the line. It may not be this game or that game, but I bet that this might be it. West to East, I think the first Canadian team might be eliminated against the American team, so we'll find out with that one pretty soon. Quinn Byfield, he was like a terrorizing to knock him down with an unbelievable moment. Can't wait to see what goes in for the Los Angeles Kings, guys. With 12 seconds remaining on a 4-on-4, only 10:51 remaining in the third period. Now the rematching of the win puts in for Connor McDavid, only 9 seconds remaining, 4-on-4 as the
Los Angeles
Oilers will
goal,
have
his
their
3rd
advantage
goal
on
of the
the
game.
power play.
Score on a hat trick, his
And
5th of the
the puck.
playoffs, number
1 minute
55,
out,
Quentin
only
Byfield.
30 seconds for the Oilers.
Assisted
power
by
play.
number
Draisaitl's
37,
in the
Warren
lane.
Fogel.
That's it.
And by number 92, Brandon Bill.
Rebound by Draisaitl.
Top of the goal in the third
Save by
period,
Kuemper.
8:49 remaining.
25 seconds left for the Oilers power play, and only 10:30 remaining. They're in the midway mark. Now they're set, ready for their next puck drop. It is a 10-6 game. The Kings have been dominating the effort as they're up by 4. Goodall wins the faceoff. Kuemper will hold it from here, right in the side of the net. Only 22 seconds. Only 92 out of 87 for the passing effectiveness. And it seems like the Edmonton Oilers are really trying their best. They win again, and Spence will have it. And a rebound by Arvidsson. Back to Bouchard, fires it, deep shot, saved by Kuemper. Here in a 10-second remaining for the Oilers power play. They just need to make some quick movement on fast pace. Another win by Phil Denault. And he went down. Rebound by Brown, saved by Kuemper. And that will end the power play. Oilers come up short-handed here for the power play goals as they now turns it over to the Oilers to pull it back on full strength. My goodness, I say that Darcy Kuemper was making a great effort. This energy was not really easy enough that they really took it over to. And no time being, it really turned to be like it was all close enough to make the battle go in. Yeah, same with that. I mean, they really had no other clue how it was going to change. But that really stopped the effort. Here's Kopitar finding again to Spence. Spence moves around. Saved by Pickard. Unbelievable. He is like all over nowhere, and he would almost been given up. Kempe shot. Saved by Pickard. Rebound by Nugent Hopkins with 9:23 remaining in the third. Clears the zone out. Rebounded by Los Angeles. And stolen by Brown. Arvidsson takes it over. On a shot saved by Kemper. 9:13 remaining in the third period as they'll get ready for a next puck drop. A lot of bad feelings here for Victor Arvidsson. He was already been taken out and he has been knocked out by a double man defenders. Looks like he may not be able to play back on. And with that, only 102 over 91 shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers as they're really trying to pick up the next shift. Now the win for Kopitar, and Kemper will send it over. Perry moving around, saved by Kemper. 9:05 remaining in the third period as they're rolling it down, back down by 4, and they still need to try to get another goal. Both guys have 107 hits here, but it looks like this may increase with the payback hitters. Now the win here for Anze Kopitar. Here's Clark. Clark now sends back to Kopitar, again to Edmonton. Over now to Adrian Kempe. Kempe's pass to Ducati, shot saved by Pickard. Edmonton back the other way into Los Angeles territory. Perry shot, save play. That one directs the traffic off of Edmonton, and now the rebound by Quinn Byfield. He's over to LaFerriere. LaFerriere passes to Kevin Fiala, and it's back to Matthias Ekholm again to Bouchard. Bouchard knocks him down. Ekholm takes it over, now finding to Perry. Perry pass, now finding Bouchard. Bouchard to Ekholm. Perry moving around quickly again to Skinner. Skinner wanted to give it over to Draisaitl, but he couldn't find an open look as he was stopped by Darcy Kemper with 8:14 remaining. Now their next faceoff is on the line. 10-6, Los Angeles. They might be going back to Los Angeles if they win Game 4. On a take, saved by Kemper. Back to Byfield, back to LaFerriere, and the Kings will have it again to Clark. There was no change-up. I was seeing it before. About Darcy Kemper, that's just unbreakable. They never seen what they were going to do if they were going to try to swing and hit every single time. LaFerriere takes it over. The pass to Byfield, right toward middle. Fiala, shot, blocked up by Hyman. And now rebounds it over to Klingberg, again to Fiala. Fiala pass, stick lifted, and rebounded by Skinner. Jeff Skinner's off to Connor McDavid. 7:30 remaining in this third period. Klingberg with 2, and a save by Darcy Kemper. Rebound by Fragel. Now back to Gavikon. Sets to Doughty. Doughty lost that one. McDavid trying to pull it in. Now finding to Darnell Nurse. Again to Kapanen. Here's another shot. Well, saved by Kemper with 7:11 to go in the third. He was staggered afterward. Connor McDavid is trying to push his limit. There's no way that you can try to beat over it if you have the right timing to do for it. Now the win for the Kings. It's Doughty now has to again to Moore. Trevor Moore looking for another goal. That picks up. Kapanen takes it over. And it's a deep pass to Henry. Henry shoots, save pad, takes it out, and now in the corner is Henry. Knocked him down right to a corner. Gano trying to get to Fragel. Dumps it out. In the zone, Kulak will now have it again to Henry. Henry on his way down. That one pokes it up by the Kings defender. Takade right in the wing. Back in Edmonton territory, Kempe shot glove saved by Pickard. 6:29 remaining in the third period. They still need to find a goal for the Edmonton Oilers down by 3. Well, there's no exception to that. 6:06 over 5:28. He was really demanding on them. Every time that this happens, there's no way that they can definitely make another goal afterwards. And here's Nugent Hopkins. He's right to her in the wing. Off the center on a speed. Knocks him out. Rebounded by Tricade. It's back to Drew Doughty. Drew Doughty on a rushing speed and bounding. Move around, saved by Pickard. Now Nugent Hopkins is right to her in the wing, sliding the puck over. The Oilers are back in the offense as Everson gives to Brown. Brown with the rush now finding Nugent Hopkins. Right to her wing, pad stop by Kemper. And he'll take a cover from here with under 6 minutes in the third. There's lots of time to be played for, but they still need to keep things goals moving for the Edmonton Oilers to try to tie it up. Draisaitl wins the face-off and scores! Wow, what a Stanley to save. Mattias Ekholm down again. That's 2 in the playoffs. So this is not shot against the Kings, and this is what's the last goal by Klingberg. This is when Mattias Ekholm just made that goal. He tipped it, and that was right into the net. They're not quite finished yet, but they need to get some more goals in to make the close game back down by 1. But really, they're starting to they're pounding it back in. Now the win by the Kings as Fiala will have it right toward the wing. Bouchard, step back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl with a slick feed. Covering bounding on the wall. Skinner trying to pull it back to Bouchard, and here's Ekholm. Going for Perry, shot saved by Kemper. 5:30 remaining in the third period. They'll get another face-off coming up. Now that both teams are set ready for the next puck drop, it is the tightest game here. 10-7 to score in the third. Bouchard shot, pad saved by Kemper. Now it's back over again.
Oilers go! His second goal in the playoffs, scored by number 14, Mattias Ekholm. Assisted by number 29, Leon Draisaitl.
In the Kings territory,
period 14-10. Mattias Ekholm, his second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Leon Draisaitl in the third period, 14-10 in the playoffs.
Skinner kicks it over. Now back to Skinner. And the deep pass to Kapanen. Over to Bouchard. Bouchard shot. Saved by Kemper. Rebound by Forgel. Forgel with a hit down here. And a rebound by the Edmonton. Bouchard shot blocked. Back to Denault. Here's another one for Moore. This one goes off and around the target. And back to Denault. Denault pass. Finds Moore. And in the middle, that one tipped it out by Pickard, and it's now Nurse with the puck in control, back to Kapanen. Edmonton takes it over. And it's now to Clark. Clark gets rolled over. Now the rebound by Nurse. Nurse rolling it in. Shoot, saved by the blocker by Kemper. And rebound by Edmondson. Edmondson looks to Kempe. Kempe takes the pass to Clark. Clark again to Tricade. Fires that one. That's on the defender and off the glass and rebounded by Nurse. Kicks the puck over. Now Nugent Hopkins is back on ice again to Nurse. Over now to Janmark. Janmark shot. Glove saved by Kemper. Only 3:38 remaining in the third. And now sending into center ice, I'll have his Lipo. Who had a better play of the night? Well, I gotta say now that Anze Kopitar is absolutely stouting a crowd out of here. He had 3 goals in the playoffs, and I've got a lot of great feelings about him. He's been doing so well in the confidence. The feeling is the pressure that makes it for Anze Kopitar a better captain to put it in for the Kings. They really have been dominating a lot of energy with the skills. Hopefully that Anze Kopitar will keep his game in to finish off in Game 5 in the first round. Let's see what he does for the last part. Mover now finds Circade. Back to Spence. Over now to Brown. Brown into a rush. It's back to Mover. Spence takes it over. The rebound by Kopitar. Kopitar with the speed. And Mover sets it offside with only 3:03 remaining in the third. A lot of time often, 116 over 95 shots on goal for Edmonton Oilers. They've been keeping it going. McDavid wins the faceoff as Emerson sets the Hyman. And right toward wing. Here he comes. There's a shot. Trying to put it in, but Kuemper's kept it out. Under 3 minutes remaining in the third period. The holdings up for our next puck drop. And the win puts in by Kopitar. McDavid trying to pull the attack. Turcotte now right toward the wing. Missed that one. Kempe shot saved by Pickard. And he'll hold things on with only 2:42 remaining in the third period. Now as they're ready to pick their next puck drop, it is now a 10-7 game. Los Angeles has been on a dominated run on the appearances, but they still couldn't get their scoring back in chance. Fiala shot saved by Pickard on a pad. Byfield lost the effort. McDavid gets knocked over and a rebound by Byfield. Byfield looks over to get a move rare again to Fiala. On the chance to Laferriere for three. Kulak takes it over. Now trying to pass over again to Skinner. Skinner rolls over to McDavid. Move around in the shot. Save played by Kuemper. Kevin Fiala right toward again to Doughty. Doughty chance now finds to Laferriere. That one raced out of a bumble by McDavid, and it's back to Skinner the other way. Well, McDavid had a lot of huge of an issue. I was not really sure how is he putting a lot of energy effort. He's really like pushing hard. Not a matter of speed, but it's just like knocked down afterwards. Now for another face-off, Oilers have been remain quiet afterward here, and it's now a 10-7 game over LA. Under LA. Over Edmonton for LA. There you go, you got that much better. Yep. I try to make it right. Make it correct, make it simple. Got it coming. There you go. Running in. What's next? We don't know. Now here's a chance over to Doughty, and he now has it denied. Emerson takes it over to pass again to Henrique. Henrique. Who's in trouble? Saved up by Kuemper. Went down to the hedge. Here's Pakolzin shot. Saved by Kuemper. Trying to pull a battle. Doesn't know where the puck went, but he found it right over near the net. Just under 90 seconds remaining in the third period, and they're still trying to go back down by 2. Well, there's no way, but you're going to definitely try to keep it over, and you gotta stay focused. Make the timing go right. Doughty pass to Gavrikov. Gavrikov right to her in the wing, and it's stopped by Perry. Perry pass. Stolen by Turcotte. Kopitar. Back to Bouchard, again to Skinner. We're down to a last minute remaining in the third period.
Last minute to play in the third period.
And Kuemper gloves it up. 57 seconds remaining in the third period as we are almost down to the end. Kings and Oilers. Tightest game here between in the Western Conference. Kopitar wins the faceoff. Anderson loses that one. Rebounded by Kempe. Adrian Kemp. Now find Kopitar. Shot saved by Pickard. Trying to pull it in. And we'll cover it up with only 45 seconds. That's almost a dangerous, impossible zone. They're not sure what's going to change often. This has almost been turning out to be unbelievable, but they're not going to play it like after all. Now Draisaitl wins the faceoff. Skinner finds Bouchard. And back to Draisaitl. 39 seconds remaining. Perry shots blocked. Rebound by Perry. And Bouchard shot saved by Kuemper. Back to Edmondson. It goes again over to Kopitar. Down to 30 seconds remaining in the third. Kempe. Timing way down. And it now rolls to Kempe. Knocked him down. Draisaitl gives to Ekholm. And a deep pass to Bouchard. Bouchard sets the Janmark. On the shot, it's blocked. Rebounded up by Brown. Saved by Kuemper. And with one last change. And that's going to do it. Kings are going back to Los Angeles for 5. We'll see you for the next part of
That's
the
the
game.
end of the game. Your final score in game number 4. Los
Oh,
Angeles
man,
Kings
it's
10
back to
and the
back
Edmonton
again.
Oilers 7.
It's a tie series. Kuemper won the away game. That's how you win for LA. It's all
Oilers, thank you so much for joining us here for tonight's game in the playoffs. We ask you to get on the road carefully and come back in to watch our watch party for Game 5 as they rematch against Los Angeles Kings in Los Angeles.
Thank you all for watching the last part of a game of a doubleheader night of the NHL 25 Stanley Cup Playoffs. See you next time. Good night, everybody. All right, thank you so much. Let's read on with a third star player. Starts with Quentin Byfield with 3 goals, 1 assist, and 16 hits. And then he does that one with a great change as he joins in with the party as Anze Kopitar is the second star player of the game with 3 goals, 2 assists, and 6 hits in the game. Wasn't really easy enough, but he really changed it oftenly at the right timing. And your first star player of the game goes to Darcy Kuemper with 117 saves. He made it over legit. The finishing off is a strong pace, and as for Darcy Kuemper, he'll be looking an eye on to get ready for Game 5. And now here's how you do with the total statistics. Edmonton Oilers only had 124 total shots on goal with 127 hits, and it's only 91% of the passing for the Oilers. Only 8-minute penalty kill for Edmonton, and no power play goals to give in with only 234. And for the Los Angeles Kings, they only had 631 time on attack and only 74 faceoff wins with 6-minute penalty kill, 2 power play goals with 222 power play minutes, and 1 shorthanded goal for the Kings. As it was all for nothing, it turned to be like it was turned around. So that means we'll see the Kings back at home here in Los Angeles along with the Edmonton Oilers one last time in Game 5 before next team moves on to play against the winning team between the Golden Knights or the Wilds in the second round. And as being said, thank you all for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time for another NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs between 2 games of the crossover of the NBA and the NHL, between the Battle of Ontario and the rematch of the Florida Showdown. This is Son of Beast, and I'm along with Greg. We'll see you all again for the next one. Take care, everybody, for a while as the NHL 25 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. See you again real soon. Good night, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.